Hey there guys, it's Tiger Power here, and today we are finally doing a spoiler version of Avengers Endgame. Now, I know I've been gone for a while, but that's because, you gotta understand that I had finals. My last day might have been on Monday, but I was doing my own project. I kind of made my own film, and I don't think I should post it on this channel because I say certain words and I don't want to get age restricted or get a copy strike, or I don't want anything bad to happen to my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, also got an Apple Watch. I got it from my brother on Tuesday. I'm actually glad that I have an Apple Watch now. I can just check the time. It looks great. Anyway, back to the video. So, in Avengers Endgame, starts off with Hawkeye's family gets immediately it's just they're gone. It and he goes out and he kills many people in Tokyo, and Black Widow finds him, of course. She convinces him to stop doing it and joins the team. It's like 5 years earlier, while it happens, they find Thanos because he did the snap thing again. Steve shaves off. Captain Marvel finds Thanos, and Thor cuts off his head because that's what he should have done in the first place, and he even acknowledged it. When Thanos, you should have aimed for the head. Thor was like, well, I aimed for the head. So the thing is, 5 years later, everyone is still half the universe is still gone, and Hulk is now Professor Hulk. It's kind of, I don't like it because when the Hulk dabs and tries to act cool and stuff, it's I kind of liked Hulk better when he was a angry dummy. Because Hulk isn't really supposed to be smart. He's supposed to be an angry buffoon or an angry type of guy who doesn't think, only thinks of hurting and crushing and smashing. And so Hulk discovers time travel, and Tony has a daughter now with Pepper Potts. Tony discovers time travel for real. Bruce's time travel thing only was completely bad. But Tony comes back to the team and goes to see Captain America. He brings him a shield. And honestly, I'm just glad they're both friends again. I just never liked the thought of them at each other's neck. I understand why, because Tony's a billion-dollar playboy, yet Captain America is an old guy in a young person's body. It's hard to explain, but basically I am glad that they made up. I also like the fact that they changed the rules of time travel. It's like having different dimensions or multiverse. Instead of having time travel affect the present day, time travel just has another timeline. It doesn't really do anything to the future. It doesn't affect the future at all. So it would be it's very cool, to be honest. I never liked the idea of the butterfly effect, where if you change something, then it will affect everything. I like their version of time travel better, where you can do something in the past, but it won't really affect the future at all. Zero, or I don't know, maybe a little bit of change, but not enough change to actually cause damage. But I'm actually glad that that's what they did for time travel. And when Nebula comes to join with the team, because Captain Marvel found Tony Stark and Nebula's ship and brought it to Earth. And then soon as they found like soon as Nebula went back in time, the past Nebula was connected through the brain, and it was like, and like so Thanos decides to bring that version over, and traps her inside, and the past Gamora, kind of like the bad version, I think, still stays with Thanos. And like now Thanos knows his future, his destiny, like that he has collected all stones and that he has got his head cut off because after the line he says, "I'm inevitable." So then Nebula gets replaced by the past Nebula. They go to back to the present. Well, Hawkeye loses Natasha. It's very sad. The Avengers go back to the first place where goes back to the first Avengers movie place in New York City. Hulk gets embarrassed by his past self, so he pretends to be his past self by barely even attacking at all. He doesn't even smash anymore. And please do not quote me on that. And it is not meant for the other meaning. It is meant for actually. Anyway, so Professor Hulk finds Doctor Strange's old place. I forgot that bald lady's name, but she explains like if you take an Infinity Stone away, then it'll cause a ripple in time. But he says if he puts it back in the same spot where it was before, then you can perfectly put it back, and then everything will be restored. So she gave back the Infinity Stone to him because I think she realized Doctor Strange's plan, and also she told him that he didn't become Doctor Strange yet. But also, Captain America goes back in time, like during the 80s or 90s, maybe even 70s, where Tony's father was. Goes back to the military, and Captain sees Peggy Carter, his girlfriend, and also Iron Man meets his dad for the first time, which, well, not for meet his dad for the first time, but gets to say goodbye to his dad, if you know what I mean. And I think his father knew who he was because he said, "I can't wait to meet him." Now think about it. How would he know that's going to be a boy? So he must know that Tony has somehow discovered time travel. I know it sounds confusing because he asked Jarvis, like, who is that? Or, seems like I met him before. But I'm pretty sure that he knows that it is his son. I am definite about that. Now back to the movie. So they get all the stones. Professor Hulk, snaps. His whole hand gets all disintegrated. Now he didn't undo the snap from 5 years ago. This is like 2023. So he brings back everyone to present day. So that's probably it's probably weird because think about it. Peter Parker's like what, 16 or something. Now he's like 21. He's in a mind of and a body of a teenager. Yet in reality by years he is supposed to be older. That's a weird thing, you know? It's confusing. But so then Nebula, the past Nebula, brings like Thanos back to this time, and then there's a huge beam that comes down and like destroys everything. At least that's what I remember, I think, from a huge ship. And then I think Hawkeye has like, well, he's actually Ronin. I'm just gonna call him that. So Ronin has this, and I'm not talking about the blue guy. I'm talking about the ninja person. And if you're gonna comment that no, Ronan was that Guardians of the Galaxy villain. That's not. You don't know who Ronan is then, because there's two. The one that's a ninja, Ninja Hawkeye, and just don't tell me. Look, just don't comment something stupid like that, okay? Please, because one of my friends actually did, and it really annoyed me. It really did, because you know in the comics they called him Ronan, and if you don't know that, then I don't mean to be rude, but it's just annoying. That's all. Anyway, so Ronan gets the gauntlet, and so he runs from like what? A couple of those minions from Thanos, like those alien guys from the first movie, or what I think is from the first movie. I don't even now that I'm remembering, they don't look like the aliens from the first movie. They kind of look a bit different or a bit bigger, more like the ones from the last movie, the last Avengers movie, Infinity War. So when he like ran down, past Nebula tried to stop him, but then Gamora and future Nebula stops them, and then when past Nebula wouldn't give up, future Nebula just now just pretend it's like a gun or something, just and like just a big giant hole in her stomach or chest or the front part of her body, and is completely dead. And the fun thing about the Avengers time travel, the future one is not dead, because what you do to your past doesn't affect your future. And I like that. It's weird, but still, you know. Anyway, so there's this huge battle outside of the building. There's Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. They're out in the front, and like they fight Thanos. He's like, "You just did this, and it all led back to me." And I always liked Thanos with his helmet. He looks ugly when he's bald. Like it's like that episode of SpongeBob, bald, bald, bald. Like, no, Thanos, keep that helmet on. You look better with it on. But anyway, so next thing you know, there's this huge battle, and then Thanos like hits this breaks the shield of Captain America, and then when everything seems lost at hope, it's like there's this huge army behind Thanos, and he's like, is that all you got, or something like that. Now I wish that Captain America said, I could do this all day or something, because that's what he normally says. But then again, his past self already said that. But I honestly actually wish he said that. But the next best thing had happened. He got a call from the Black Panther. So, or Falcon. I can't remember who really called him. But then next thing you know, everyone comes like from those holes. All the heroes that have been snapped came to Earth, and and then Doctor Strange was like, "That's it." Then Huang was like, "You wanted more," and that would have been the perfect time to bring out the Defenders. Now I know like their series have been canceled and whatnot, but still, like if you had brought out Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, all those, I would have been like, yeah. But I mean, I was still cheering. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I knew I knew that they couldn't get the X-Men and Fantastic Four, but I thought the next best thing would have been to have the Defenders. But basically that's everyone. Oh, ooh. But I would have also loved Ghost Rider. So honestly, like, and even no, they couldn't use Deadpool. What am I saying? But yeah, like that would have been cool. Anyway, so Captain America finally says, "Avengers, assemble." and then everyone runs. There's this huge battle. Spider-Man says insta-kill. Everyone has a gauntlet. Everyone blah blah blah. Then my one now I can't remember if this is my favorite part or if this is a part I just really liked. I mean, I know that's the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. Thanos hits like Captain Marvel very, very far with like the Power Stone in his hand and punched her out of the movie. Yeah, and that was like really cool. Like, yeah, and you know, because I mean she's kind of overpowered. It's nice and good once in a while just to see someone overpower like a superhero that's basically OP, like that gets taken down finally. Because a hero like her, no weaknesses, no nothing. Like Iron, I mean like Iron Man has weaknesses in all, and Captain America and like Thor and whatnot. I'm just saying like, and even Hulk. And I'm just saying that she should have one of those things. I mean, a great hero always has kryptonite. And I'm not just saying that about DC. I'm saying like that's a metaphor. Every good hero has a weakness. If you don't have a weakness, then you're not really a good hero, or you're not really like there's nothing to worry about you. You're never gonna die. So, but yeah, I also would have wished that she took the gauntlet out of Tony's hand. She should have snapped her fingers so she would have died. I would have been like, Captain Marvel died! Woo! Yeah, that's right. Now, for people who like Captain Marvel, like, I have nothing too much against her, but a tiny bit. Like, she can be annoying sometimes, that's all. And with her buzz cut, she, like, that doesn't look good on her. I think she looked better with long hair. But yeah, everything goes down, and Doctor Strange is like, one. Or he doesn't say that, but he's like, I always imagine him saying like, this is the one, or one, one. And then Tony does the right thing, takes it out of Thanos' hand, and then that stupid face, like that, when he thinks that he's about to snap, he's like, and then when Tony has the gauntlet and you see it out of his hand, like, and then everyone's like, yeah! Like, everyone's screaming. After Thanos says, I am inevitable, Iron Man's like, and I am Iron Man. And then everyone disappears. And the greatest thing happens to Thanos. That character that wiped out everyone finally gets blown away. He turns into ashes. And he's finally like, I failed. And that was the most best thing that has ever happened. He is dead. But then the sad part happens. After Thanos is dead, we all knew this was going to happen. Iron Man dies. Peter Parker's like, we did, Mr. Stark. We won. We won. And then, next thing you know, he's just dead. He sacrificed himself. He did the right thing. Sure, not a lot of people liked him sometimes, and sometimes he seemed like the villain, like in Captain America Civil War, but he's a true hero because he risked his own life. Now, also Stan Lee cameo, rest in peace him. But yeah, it was very sad, the funeral scene. And for the people who are wondering, that one kid that no one knows, that's the kid from Iron Man 3, all grown up. He's like 21 or 20. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying Spider-Man should be the next Iron Man, but The next Iron Man is someone who probably already has this tech, or like, you know, that Iron Man bought for that little boy. He should become the next Iron Man. Like, next thing you know, there's an Iron Man 4, but it's not Tony Stark as Iron Man. It's the boy from Iron Man 3. And there's like in the beginning a flashback of him and seeing what he's been doing since then, and then fully grown up. But yeah, it's sad. And Captain America goes back in time, lives his full life, and he gives Falcon the shield. And then it ends with a slow dance with Peggy Carter. And then credits roll. And instead of a like an end credit scene or post credit scene, you know what I'm saying. We get the noise that started it all. The bring bring that from Iron Man 1. From the first Iron Man movie. Now, I know there's going to be more movies in the MCU, but if that was going to be the last Marvel movie, I was going to say that would be a great end to a franchise. That would be like a full story, like a full loop, a full circle. But yeah. So, that was Avengers Endgame. What do you guys think? Personally, I think my favorite scene was when everyone came attacking. Because, like, at the end. Sorry, I smell something bad. Anyway, so, yeah, that was my favorite scene. Because everyone was just, ah! And I find it cool that Spider-Man was riding on top of a flying pony and, you know, all this cool stuff. And I also liked when Iron Man hugged Peter because, you know, all that stuff. And I think that's it. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Share this video with your friends and family. Hit the notification bell so you get to see my face every day. And subscribe. Tiger Army out of here. Peace.